Hey, hey, hey. All right. I think. How's everyone doing? Happy Friday. This looks good. Let's see who's here. Pam Essman, Lisa, Debbie DeFranco, Susan, Morans. Let's see, Rogers here. Very cool. Kathy Fielstra, Connie, Lizzie, Christina, Trina, Randy. Very nice. And then Joe's here. Very good. Very nice, Joe. Joseph. Beautiful pictures you sent me. I hope you got that email. How's everyone doing? Everyone's doing good. I see everyone's chatting. We got a few on. Maybe some more will come. This is nice. It's always nice. I haven't met with you guys in about 2 weeks. And let's see. Schedule-wise, this week we've got coming up this Thursday, Discord. I did get a haircut, Connie. Yeah. Once a month. I like to get it cut once a month. I felt really really young when I get my hair cut, I feel like I look younger. But I don't know. Beards may be coming in soon again. Kind of missing the beard. So you're already asking cool questions here. So, Nigel's here. Man, he's staying up late. Very cool. Nige, my man. Let's see, real quick. This Thursday's Discord. We're doing a Discord chat, and it's at 4 p.m. So it's in the afternoon. So anyone in the UK should be able to be on if they wanted. It may be a little bit easier. I don't know. We're just going to do one of those Discord chats like we did before. It was cool. We have a nice conversation. Whoever wants to come on. So this Thursday, 4 p.m. Eastern. And then this Saturday, is that right? Yeah, this Saturday coming up is the group session. So I'll post the list soon in the next few days for you guys to check out, add a name, subtract a name or whatever. I may do a group session with just the Panda Box one time. You want the beard, she says. We want the beard. Missing the beard. Yeah, I know. Hey, Heather, you're here. That's cool. Real quick, welcome to the new patrons that are here that joined. Dana is someone. John Mallory joined, which he's the one that found the I am seeing orbs. Like I'm starting to see them now. It's been weird. I just had to say that because I saw 2 of them and I thought it was dust for a minute, but it was exactly. So that's interesting. I've been seeing more in the corner and peripheral of my eye. Dana and John Mallory and Kaylee Lusher. John Mallory is, hey, Allison. John's the guy that Stephanie's here. Let's see if I can finish the statement. John Mallory is the guy that found the Panda boxes and started hacking them and got them to Steve. So he joined. That's cool. He saw my video. That's nice. I don't know if he's a patron of Steve's. He should be. So yeah, very cool. All right. So there's a couple questions real quick that I saw already. Did you feel any vibes with the boy doll on your holiday? Lizzie, you're talking about Robert the doll, and no, I didn't. We have a little mini Robert the doll I bought from the museum last year. And I've heard that name mentioned a few times in my session, a couple different times. And I always thought I'm like, oh, I wonder if I joked about it. I don't know if I was joking with you guys or someone. I was joking with someone, but it may have just been Nikki, but that the doll is like a little satellite. It's like a little, it's like a little extra, it's like a little satellite for the doll to come check in on. It's like a little, that's what I joked about. I didn't feel much. Something did happen in the Keys though. It was very weird. I did do a session that is on the first on my list to talk about. So I did when we got there, I posted pictures. Most of you guys probably saw the pictures that I posted. But let me skip on down here. When we first got there, we got a golf cart like we do every time, and we who's got some other YouTube members here, so that's cool. I don't know how to is it Blake Hilk? I don't know how to say your screen name, but welcome, man. Welcome. I see you on there. So we got the golf cart, and Ava wanted to go to the cemetery. Of course, Nikki wanted to go to the cemetery. I told them that I was going to go separately on my own. Later on, when we checked into the hotel and whatever, we were settled, that I would go and do my regular 30-minute little session on my own. But it was cool because we were able to put the baby seat on the back of the golf cart and put Emmy in it and ride around. She was safe. I checked it 10 million different ways because I was being real careful. But it was really cool. And we got to Black. Okay, cool. Black. Is that what you're saying? Oh, okay, cool. So it was weird because we drive into the cemetery. This is a really weird story. This is kind of, and it still kind of bothers me, and it kind of bothered me a little bit after. And then, so we go to exactly, we drive around within the cemetery. There's over 100,000 people buried in the cemetery, and some really serious characters, interesting characters. And we go to the spot under the tree to where Steve and I and Debbie and Nikki were 4 or 5 years ago, whatever it was. We shot Finding the Light, and I stopped the cart, and Ava wanted to get out, and I said okay. And we were just going to walk for a few moments and just check out some of the headstones and stuff like that. Okay, really, I know normal family stuff is what they would normally do, go to a cemetery. And I'm holding Emmy, and then I gave Emmy to Nikki, and we were walking. We had no food out. It was hot. It was hot out, but anyway, so we're walking around, and Ava starts asking about like the smaller headstones and and the different size headstones. There's some really small ones, and I said those are some children. There's children. She said children died, and she's like she's starting to understand the full concept of death. Not the full concept, but the understanding kind of the concept of death. And so like I gave Emmy back to Nikki, and we're walking back to the cart, and Ava's asking about these children, and she's asking about babies and children. And I said, some children died, mostly from sickness, a lot from sickness. Some babies died. I said, and she pointed at one, and I said that, might have been a baby one. And at that moment, Emmy starts choking. I mean, she had no food. There was no, she didn't have a hidden Cheerio somewhere or anything. She starts choking. Like, I've seen her choke. Every kid, when they're eating little puffs and things, like they get that, where they drink too fast. She wasn't even able to gasp for air. I've seen that too. So it's like, I know how scary it is, and I kind of get freaked out when kids are choking. I start to, but she's like, and she's panicking. And then drool starts dripping out of her mouth, like all this drool. And I'm like, and Nikki's like, what's going on? I'm like, what? I'm like, what's going on? What happened? And here we are, this family next to the golf cart, and we're freaking out in this cemetery under this tree. And our baby's choking on, we don't know what. There's no food that she should be choking on. There isn't. And Nikki puts her finger down her throat. And finally, it was like, I don't know what happened, but there was just nothing but drool coming out, and she was fine. And then she was fine. We got in the cart and we just left. And later on, it was such a weird, jarring moment. It just took us completely out of everything. It was a very strange situation. We got back to the hotel, and we were sitting there, and I kind of was able to calm down for a minute and was like, and I thought about it, and it was weird because what I thought about, it seemed possible, but yet at the same time, like I just don't want to think that that's the case, or like it's because like not everything is paranormal. I know spiritual stuff, but it was a situation where I felt like there was a woman that lost her baby. I know it sounds weird, but it was like a woman that lost her baby to choking and thought that her baby was choking. It was like this mistaken identity thing. It was a weird thing. And she's like, and her coming near Emmy, it made her choke. It was very weird. She was choking on nothing. She was literally choking. There was nothing obstructing her airway as far as any food. The only thing it could have been would have been spit or just saliva, like, so that was it. And that's what I felt. And, that's a weird thing. So lesson learned, I won't be taking my baby into a cemetery anytime soon. I don't fear that kind of stuff. I don't walk around thinking my child is going to be attacked by a spirit or whatever. But yeah, it's the same cemetery. It's the only cemetery. Literally, the island, again, of Key West is, the Indian name is Cayuso Island of Bones, because it's where a lot of the Indians used to put all their bones, their burial, on Key West and live on other keys and other areas. And so it's got a substantial amount of land, because there's a lot of oyster mounds and different things added to it. But Island of Bones, the Key West Cemetery has over 100,000 people buried in there that are mostly above ground because of the water table, the level. But there's only about 30,000 people that live on the island of Key West. So that's a pretty haunted island just alone. It's a very haunted, weird island. And it's a weird thing. I don't know if exactly what happened. I went back, and when I went back like the next day and did my session. And I didn't want to ask about it because I didn't want to start bringing that into the picture. I thought if it was something that was going to be mentioned, it would be mentioned without me. Like if I go back the next day and someone was there, I got a lot of stuff at the cemetery there. A lot on the box, my little pan, I brought the Pana box, and then I had the DR60, and I was outside getting DR60 messages like it was nothing, which is something I can't do at Woodlawn. If I try to get a DR60 message outside at Woodlawn, which I'm going to try again, but I've done it many times, it just doesn't work. The air, the wind, the air, the sounds. But someone was coming through so strong at Key West Cemetery that I was just doing it without just being outside, which is very strong. Yeah, the baby thing was weird. I don't know if I'm going to share that in a video or what I will, but that was weird. It was very scary. I at least knew that she wasn't choking on anything, but yeah. Spirits have mentioned her name and Ava's name before. There was some lost souls there. For sure. They definitely had some messages like, our love is gone. Our love is lost. Like we're out of love. And, like one DR60 message that I've been able to interpret now that came from Key West as of right now is something like, our love is lost. Like we have no more love, and and that we love or we are grateful or we thank the angels that are here. They save us. And it said the devil hasn't come to take. And then the message cuts off, and that's what I have. And it's pretty interesting. So there was that session at Key West. And that's what happened. And that's that. Let me see here real quick. One of the spirits mentioned her name. Oh yeah, they did. Yeah, right. Could be they know Emmy's gifted. Yeah. I recorded a message the other night about Ava or something that I don't admit that it's saying anything. It's kind of weird. It's like, I don't know. I don't know. It's weird. So and this is the thing. I haven't been able to really decipher messages lately. It's been really hard for me. I've got, 4 videos working of different things and sessions I've done. I record a DR60 message almost every other day before meditation or after, just for my purposes. And I have this like project in my editing software or whatever online, or on my editing thing, and it's just like I keep adding a clip. So it was like a 5-minute thing, and now it's a 6-minute thing, and now it's an 11-minute thing, because I keep adding a clip every other day, and I put a date on it, and I listen and I try to tag it, and I can't get it. And so I don't know what that is. I go through periods where like I can understand everything almost when listening to it, and then there's times I can't. A lot of times I can't. And I've been really being very careful about tagging stuff when I just think it says this. Like I really want to get better at deciphering, interpreting these messages, captioning them. All right, you guys are asking me things here. Let me just stop rambling here. Energy from spirit is a crazy thing, has different effects on people. If they can make you physically sick, sad, emotional, angry, etc., then why can't they affect in other ways, deliberately or not? No, some can. And some at that space is that cemetery is a very energy-filled cemetery. There's no question about it. Old energy and a lot of strong-willed characters. If you go online and type of Old Key West, you can see all the people that are buried there, and they'll give you blurbs of them. Some of them are really like some very influential people. It's very strange. Oh, you love my shirt, Spiritual Gangster. Yeah. So there's a lot going on. Susan, I was thinking the exact same thing. Sad spirits. Yep. Yep. You ever feel like getting your ears cleaned out just for fresh ears for work? I mean, no, I don't know. Is that what you think it is? I don't clean my ears, so I'm not hearing them. I don't know. I no. They have that earwax thing, that like candle, just to burn it with a cone or whatever, and it like that's weird. I've got a pair of Sennheiser HD 800s I could possibly help. It's interesting. It's not about not hearing it. That's the thing. You hear a DR60 message and it's not hard to hear. It's understanding the cadence, understanding the what is it? The afflection, or what is that in the voice, the way someone speaks. It's more about understanding the way words are spoken, and it's a whole thing. Plus there's a lot of an intuitive aspect to it too. The more I'm doing this, it's like I go online and I watch other people's videos, and I really think a lot of stuff is mistagged, and including some of my own stuff. A lot of it I've gone in the past and I'm like, oh, I want to pull that video down because I don't think it's saying that anymore. What about having Nikki listen to see? We've done that. That's arguments. She doesn't hear what I hear. I don't hear what she hears. So I'm trying to get closer to trying to do away with that. I want the clearest stuff that you can play. And, it's like if I just played this stuff without captions, everyone would come back with a different message almost and that sucks, because they are really saying something, and it's not 30 different messages. And it doesn't mean that mine's right. I think I'm attached to the work. I'm attached to it. I listen to it over the course of different days, over different speakers, because that's what is required to do ITC, this kind of ITC work. It is extremely pointless, in my opinion, to do a session and then just listen once and caption it and then throw it out there. I don't know. Then don't throw captions on it, which is a very raw, traditional way of doing. There's a lot of those purists that say that anything that I'm doing with cutting out dead time and so jump cuts or whatever, they're not jump cuts. I'm just kind of eliminating or putting captions on it is just stupid. It's not right. It's not real work, which I can understand them saying that to some degree. I could see it both ways. Sorry, Josh, I gutted my block is contagious. No, you're not blocking me. You're fine, brother. It's periods. Go through periods. Let me see. Am I missing something? When I do my spirit writing, it tires me for hours afterwards. That's why I only do it for a few minutes. That's a great idea, Susie. I mean, Lizzie. I don't want to say Susie. That when you're doing that, you're channeling, you're writing, you're doing sessions. It doesn't matter. You're using your energy, and it is going to drain you. I used to do like 10 to 15, 10 to 10, 15, 10, almost 15-minute different sessions a day, readings for people when I worked for California Psychic for 2 years. I did that and while making videos. Sorry about that knuckle crack. It was bothering me. I had to just get it. But I used to do it and I would be drained, done. I burnt myself out. When I did 30 private box sessions almost in a month, 25 private box sessions in a month, I still I think about that and I shudder about how crazy that is. Josh, assuming you've tried it, do you hear Yanni or Laurel in that sound experiment? I've tried both. I mean, I've heard both, and then it's just stuck at one at one point. It was like both of them mixed or something, wasn't it? I forgot. I have to go back through it because I took notes on that, and then I got to refer to my notes because I'm going to put a little section of that in my book, a little reference to that. Time for a new box, maybe. Why is that? For a new box? No, it's through the recorder. My box, I can hear stuff. It's the recorder that I'm having a hard time, deciphering the messages. If that's what you're referring to, Pam. We are finding that here. Oh, okay. You're finding messages can get overlayered in the same segment. Okay, that's interesting. What about putting one online for us to hear and we state what we think? Yeah, I need to do that. I should do that because I have to find one that I feel sure about, and then I wouldn't want to put a whole sentence up. I think you get lost in sentences, but if a spirit leaves a 2 or 3 word message response, we got a better chance of getting that. It's a waste of material because one session will still leave new messages weeks after. Oh, for sure. For sure. That's why it takes me a week or so to review the group session. It takes me over a week to review a private box session. And I have no problem telling someone that, I'm sorry you are anxious and you felt something or you want to hear it, but I need more time to review it if I do. I missed what Christina's laughing at. I don't know. I missed that. I forgot. It's group night. Oh, hey, Tammy. My eyes are dry. I don't know if the light gets it. It's my eyes get dry. I need a nuclear box. I'll build one. Yeah. Build me whatever you want. I'll test it. I mean, I feel like my energy is good to test anything and try it. One day I feel like I'm going to get into building something of my own, and I just haven't done that. I've kind of piggybacked off of Steve. I love what he does, what he creates, and anything he creates, the results are always so amazing. And then I go, I got to see if I can get that, and it's always been where I've been able to do that with him. And it's been a validating of his work, which I think has been really cool. So, that's why people that say, he's fake, they say I'm fake because I'm getting a lot of the similar things as he's got. And I think that's just awesome. Okay, so I think I'm caught up on questions here. I'm going to take a hit of my vape here. We're talking, I spoke about, so I did that session. Okay, so I spoke last Friday. Yeah, I spoke last Friday and I gave a presentation, Just Build Us a Hermitage. You have no idea. Now because you're reading that book now, you're reading yoga, you're reading the autobiography. You want to be in a hermitage now, don't you? Yeah, I do too. It's, I want to build the Hope Hermitage and have everyone come and stay, and I'll be by the water, not on a cliff. Anyway, off on a tangent. I did. So I spoke Friday. I gave that presentation, and it really gave me a lot of ideas. I really feel like I'm gonna. I found a theater over here. I think I'm just gonna rent it out for a night, and then plan like a one man kind of show. It's gonna be like an hour and a half or so. And I don't know. I mean, this is what I'm talking about. I'm speaking it into existence. Like I'm speaking it, and I feel like I'm really going to do that. I'm working to do it, and it's going to springboard into more. I think more of what I really want to keep doing, educating and experimenting with people, having awesome experiences. So afterwards, I went to the Woodlawn Cemetery. I did a session, and you can see this bright orb come right out of the white patch, and it turns like this teal green, and then it just goes right off. Not to mention a number of other orbs throughout. And it was really powerful. I posted that clip, so make sure you guys see that. Black's asking a question here. Hold on. First, my better half and I hear Yanni and Laurel. So when we reviewed last month's session, we were hearing almost completely different responses. All clear. Oh, differing responses. You guys were hearing different responses together than what I did, or you guys were hearing different responses from each other. I don't know. Clarify that for me if you can. Josh wants to be a hermit. I do. I want to be a hermit in a hermitage, in an ashram. I'm still interested in knowing the time scale of anyone if any on the other side. There is something. Josh, what would your thoughts be of building a spirit box with Eurorack analog modules? I think there could be a lot of more possibilities as far as signals and frequencies that could be that. I mean, you're speaking the language that I really don't understand. And to be honest, I was just thinking about this before the live that I really would like to. I feel like I could contribute something to building a box. I just would need to get acquainted with a couple of things. Not that it would make me an expert or that I would feel like I'm not. But I'm a pretty. I think I could get more intuition given to me that could help me kind of stumble onto something. So I would really need to kind of see. So I don't know what the heck you're talking about is really what I'm saying. But I would like to, and I think that when I finally do realize, do the research to understand a little bit more, I will be able to contribute something to that. There's a haunted theater in Richmond. You guys should play. Yeah, well, my show thing that I'm thinking of, I guess I'm calling it a show. It's really an experience where there is a little bit of humor, there's a little bit of, I don't want to say acting, but kind of a reenacting of some of these experiences, some things, not in a weird way. There's a little bit of a theater aspect to it. And so, along with some display of evidence, but I think they all should be done in a theater. And there's a reason for that. How's your book coming along? It's coming along. It is. I'm working on it, not every day, but every few to 2 days I'm working on it. There's a lot that I'm able to just write based on my experience and what I have. And there's some other stuff that I have to do. I have to include research and I have to cite my sources for some of these factual things. I'm really glad that I did read, or I am reading, the autobiography of a yogi while, I'm doing mine in a sense and kind of still in the earlier stages of it. The book is really important. I now see more of how important the book is, even if it doesn't become a bestseller. I don't know. There's a chance that I don't know. I don't want to say that yet, but there's even a chance I may just kind of like almost give it out in a way or something, make it very cheap so that everyone can have access to it in a way. I don't know. It's going to be very important because it's what I'll be able to base my speaking, my presentations on, and I can do different things from the book. It's going to be my base. And I really do want to keep moving on. I was telling Steve about my idea about, having a standalone building, brick and mortar building, and working, just having a place to support, come and check out for the experience. There'll be some services and things offered there, like a retail area with, only products that would help us, not crap just to make money, different classes and things. So there's a lot of things that I would like to do, and it's far kind of off from that, but I have to move in this direction because like I said before, and I'll say it again, I can't imagine just continuously doing videos I will always want to do videos because that's how you reach people, and it's a beautiful thing. It's how I've connected with all of you, but I also need to kind of establish the work a little bit more. And I think I can add some more credibility to it, and I'd love to continue to do it with Steve. And, there's still talk of the cruise. That company just contacted me the other day. So we're still talking about doing this cruise in 2020. All right, hold on. Let's see. The green color was weird. Yeah, it was different from each other. It's got different from you guys. Got it, Nigel, from each other. It's got an underground river running that kind of fuels the paranormal activity. It runs under our whole city. What does? Oh, there's a haunted. There's an underground. Oh, that's interesting. Where is that? You're in Virginia, I think, right, or something? Analog covers more of the spectrum. Digital can miss things. Right. Well, okay. That makes sense, Roger. It could be called Hopeful Box. That's funny, Susan. My daughter bought a house with four vortexes in it, and she's too far from me to help. She had a Reiki master close them and do a clearing. Tons of orbs on her baby. Wow, very interesting. Wow. Are any of the Hope family mentioned? Any of the Hope family mentioned in what? I don't know what you mean on that, Susan. Sorry. There's a giant. Okay, I'm just reading everything now. So hold on. I'm getting kind of. Is there anyone mentioned in? I don't know. No, there isn't as of yet. No, I have a section that I will be mentioning people that I've reached for patrons and stuff. So there will be a mentioning of patrons, of you guys. I don't even like that name really, but yeah. With the book and group speaking, it would all come together and grow by leaps and bounds. Yeah, I mean, I want to find a way to have you guys, incorporate you guys more in building something that really does help matter. Like, I want you guys to be a part of it. Like, you guys are help supporting me, and I'm using the majority of this money to help support my family and live while I do these sessions and videos and posts and things. But I want to try to find a way to to still be able to keep on surviving on the other forms of income that I have, and using the Patreon money to help build this facility. Then you guys are really actually now building something that is going to be around, or help me secure a location that's going to help me be around, or create something bigger that can help people. I think that would be great to have each and every one of you involved. Hey, Kimberly, good evening. My eyes, I need some eye drops. The book kind of tribes, I think that's what you're saying, kind of applies to your work. You should definitely read it. Oh, the book Tribes. Okay. I don't know that book. I have to look that up. I'm yawning. Don't see me yawn. I by the way, about 20 minutes before doing the live, Ava was like, Daddy, can we beat up? That's the thing we do. We get on my bed and I tickle her and choke her and just do all kinds of things, and she jumps on my back and she attacks me, and I throw her into the pillows. And we do that about 20 or 30 minutes until I'm in pain of some sort from a kick to some area, or something got pulled somewhere. And she asked me to do this, and I looked at her and I'm like, oh no, I'm going to do my live in 15 minutes. And I just saw her face, and I'm like, and I always think of like this moment in the future, like when she's like 18, and I'm like, hey, you want to go get coffee or something? Or yeah, she's going to be like, no, busy. Like, you should have said yes when I asked you to beat up. So I don't ever deny her. I don't ever deny beating her up. I know that sounds awesome. It really does. Okay. What else we got here? I still wanted to talk about some other things. What are we on? 35 minutes? Yeah, we're just rolling along here. You're the hopeful folks. Oh, you guys are going to be the hope builders. The hope builders. What else do I got going on here? Just like the cats in the cradles. Cats in the cradle and the silver spoon. I know, right? Yeah, cherish those moments. The teen years got me like, I know, Steph, I'm so sorry. Like, I can't imagine. I've thought of you sometimes during some of my little sassy 7-year-old moments, and I'm like, oh no. One idea I took part in an investigation recently, scanning through the range of sound spectrums. Yeah, apparently these can be used by, yeah, you're right. I've actually tried that before, Nigel. I've pulled up let me tell you something. There's something pretty amazing out there. I'm going to tell you this. I'm going to tell you about this. I'm going to tell you about this. Check this out. I can't show you the video because it was taken down. I belong to, like I said, Unified Physics and different metaphysical and different groups on Facebook. There's some really intelligent people. I actually got in touch with someone from the group recently, from this group I'm a part of, this Nassim Haramein group. And he's like this DNA expert guy. He's a brilliant guy. And he's talking about that he knows we are light. So I showed him some of my clips from what we see. I show you, and he was blown away. I want to interview him. But anyway, there was a video on there. Okay, check this out. Listen to this. This is weird. All right, so there's this video of this guy. He's in his room. He's an older guy. You don't see him. He's kind of doing the whole camera, cell phone, like I would, just filming my DR60 or something. And he's in his room, and he's got this Bluetooth speaker on his bed, hooked up to his phone, hooked up to his computer. And the Bluetooth speaker is like one of those like stand-up Bluetooth speakers with lights and stuff, in it or whatever. It's like a pill looking thing or something, but it stands up. And he's got this website pulled up on his computer, and it's a tone generator. These are it's like you can go to like, if you type in like 111 hertz or 432, whatever it is, on YouTube, they'll have those like 3-hour, 5-hour videos of like tones, that it's like, some tone with, some have music mixed into the tone. Some are like white noise and all these different things, Is that the video where he opens a portal? Yes. Did you see that? How did you see that, Lisa? Do you know anything about that? I mean, we all think it's bullshit, but there's also a part of us that doesn't. But did you see that? Did anyone else see this video of this guy opening a portal? It's kind of weird and stupid. So you have seen this. Okay. Who else has seen this? You saw it too, Nige. Okay. Yeah, no, that's like that annoying sound from that movie when he's like, he makes the most annoying sound. Tammy? Okay. There are several videos on YouTube. Okay. On his bedroom wall. It's not on his bedroom wall. I have to. Yeah. Okay. Did anyone find any way of it being debunked? Did anyone, other than people saying it's fake and bullshit, did anyone else, I would love to know if anyone else found out if there was, to me, it looks like it's fake, but it's not in the sense that the way he moves the camera. Anyway, this light appears, and inside the light is like a scene of like an outdoor scene. It looks like some kind of portal. He had the bear book that changed when he stepped into the room. I don't know what that means. Okay. It looks like really bad CG, but it's not. That's the thing. Even Steve saw the video and he's like, that doesn't look CG. I mean, we know it feels like bullshit. Anyway, it's pretty amazing. You guys, if you could find it, try to find it. If these are fake, then they are really well done. Right. No, I have found anything. No, to debunk it. Okay. What's his name? You have piqued my. Oh, it's crazy. And he pulls up like Sedona, Arizona, one of the vortexes. And listen, if I would have seen this before doing any of the work, hey, Susan Hill, if I would have seen this before doing any of my work, it's straight bullshit then. But because of the stuff that I have seen and done now at this point, I can't discount it. It's probably fake. Someone probably took a real experiment that maybe showed some light that was happening from a crystal, and they cropped in Sedona, Arizona, somewhere in there. Maybe they did, but there's something pretty interesting about this video. I wish I could find it. I sent it to Steve. He was very interested trying to look at it. I don't have a name because they took it down. Portal to Sedona, Arizona with Bluetooth speaker. I mean, that's like what I would maybe. He used 2 tones to do it. 525 and 528. And they say 528 is the tone of love, like the frequency of love. So there's something maybe to that. Gateway to Sedona. Is it called Gateway to Sedona? It could be. Yeah, it's like a Stargate gateway. Yeah. If anyone finds it, post it on the community wall for us, please, because it's pretty cool. And I would like to do some more experimenting with it, or try to, but I don't have the knowledge really. But I was going to try something. There is this crystal out there that's for another time. So the Woodlawn session was interesting. I'm going to post that. I posted the clip of that with the orb coming out of my head again. So that's really awesome. Very bright. A lot of other orbs came through. I did a brief, 15-minute session asking for Cameron Boyce. I don't know if I'm going to post it. There were responses, and there was some good, quick responses. It wasn't like my Bourdain or Tentacion session. Yeah, Steph, if you found it, please post it for us on the. You can just post it right now if you get a chance on the community page, and then everyone can go on there and see it. Please do, guys. It's very cool if she can post it. So the Cameron Boyce, but something started happening in the Cameron Boyce, and the guy that used to live here in this house was mentioned as kind of interfering, I think, with it. So I ended up turning on thank you, Steph. I ended up turning on my Panabox one day, and I said, "Who's here?" And I heard that name. Again, I'm speaking of the one that used to live here. And I immediately just was like, okay, great, of course. So what do you want to say? Now's your time. Say what you'd like. Whatever. I'll let you speak if that's the case. Because apparently he's just not going away as easily as the others that I've had to deal with in the past. There's some more attached. There's something more of an attachment or something to it. And okay, so yeah, I'm talking about the resident from this house from before, the male counterpart. So I said, well, listen, this is what I do. This is the spirit work that I do. And, I don't know what I said, what else I said. I said something about this is the spirit work that I do, and that's it. And he says, stop, please stop, or stop. You need to stop. When you were out of the house ever, No, I don't think he's come through when I was out of the house. I'm talking about him right now, Tammy. I'm talking about him coming through right now the other day. And so I had this 10-minute like back and forth kind of where I was just letting him know, like, I mean, I'm done. I'm like, this is not, I'm like, clearly you haven't gone away as easily. And I didn't want to act on it anymore because I don't feel like I had enough information, even though anything that's come through about this past resident that used to live here, has been negative. But then there were some couple of comments that made me think that maybe not. Maybe it's being, there's kind of two sides to the coin, in a sense. So maybe I shouldn't be so quick to judge. And, everything I hear has just got just such a negative thing going on. And I don't hear Michael as much anymore. And I don't know what the hell's going on with that. He did come through, he's come through for me even recently, but it's been very sporadic and weird. And it's kind of a feeling where he'll say this part is Michael or this is Michael or something. And then, so I don't know. I have a session that I did that I recorded that of when I addressed this guy the other day, and I kind of had it out with him, and there was some anger there and making some declarations, but I've turned it over. And like, as I continue to do this work, and it's very interesting, and I love the connection of when they say they love me and I tell them I love them, or I'm able to help someone, or we're able to get a couple of messages across to each other. There's nothing greater than that, than speaking with someone that was once like you in your body or in a body, but isn't anymore, and is willing to try to communicate with you. And, I don't know, there's something about how there's still something inside of me that just cherishes every second of that. But at the same time, really does make me have to, I can't stray too far from my higher power. I can't stray too far from God. Because this work can really mess with you if you're not going to God. Susan just said she agrees, and I'll tell you something. Many times I'll hear a message and I think it says something and it doesn't. And before I used to react on the spot. I'd get upset, or I'd start talking to them about as if that message said that. And then a few days later or whatever, I go back and listen, and it didn't say any of that. And I feel like an idiot for saying all the other things in reaction to something that wasn't said. And then it was hard for me to get it out of my head that that's what I thought. Like that's, so it's important for me not to react when listening to these messages, unless it's some real, like so obvious answer. But so you got to be vigilant, and so like when you do feel this feeling of like, oh, what are they saying now? And this is negative, or this is that, or whatever. I pray. I go to God. I talk to Jesus. If something's bothering me about what's going on in the spirit world, whether it's my lack of knowledge or an understanding of something that I don't like, I really turn it over to him. And whether or not it's something he's going to immediately take care of, or it's something I have to take care of, I need to just trust him. And Susan's like, that's so me. And that's how I did it in the beginning. That's why I think it's important that I can share my experiences with people that are starting this or doing this or dabbling with it or whatever, to try to help them bypass some of these mistakes, you know what I'm saying? Or the mistakes that I made, because I made every one of them doing this. So got to keep talking to God, got to keep seeking him. That's really the whole thing, One day I am going to teach something on just what's in this book again. And I'm going to go back out to LA. I'm going to visit his hermitage. I'm going to study more. I'm going to do more. I don't know. This dude is like, he is just, I have so many amazing like things that I have highlighted in here that apply to the work that that I have done, the research that I have done, that are like, these are gold. Like, this is gold. I don't know. To me, it is. To me, it is. So apparently, Uncle Joseph is cheating on me with Costas from the ITC page. Yeah, maybe, could be. I don't know, Susan. I think there is a small network, so there is some people that I have a complex about it. Oh God. Yeah. Show the front of the book. Oh yeah, no, I have. It's the autobiography of a yogi. I've showed it before. I've got messages from him. I got a few of them I haven't posted because I'm trying to decipher. I can't, get all of them, but there's some that I believe are him. Some just mentioning him. I spend my afternoons with him, just reading this and highlighting and meditating on it. My meditations have gotten longer and deeper at times. It's really, really interesting. Yeah. What else? Let's see. So, all right. What else do we have going on? Any other questions? I pretty much added the topics I have for now. I know there was something else I wanted to talk about, but I don't know. I'm really just, I haven't done too much of my telekinesis lately. I wanted to purposely take some time off and then go back to it and see what else is going with it. I'm going to order it 100%. Yeah, everyone should read it. Everyone. 30 million people have read that book or ordered it or read it or whatever. I don't know. He speaks of real life miracles. I believe every word he says. There's no question about it. Miracles just like Jesus did, and those men spoke of Jesus. He explains misconceptions about the Bible. He talks about science. He talks about astrology. He talks about the metaphysics of energy, but the deep yearning for wanting a higher power, for wanting to get close to our higher power. It's a really special thing. I can imagine some people read it and get something from it. Some get a lot more than others. Some may read it and just like some of the stories. I don't know. I'm turning it into a textbook for me. It's like it's becoming a textbook for me. So, Josh, did you ever get to? I don't know what that is. See the R video? I don't know what you're saying. I'm sorry. About the what? The Yogi on Facebook yet? I don't know. The Yogi on Facebook yet. No, did you sent me one that I saved that I need to go look at. I will, because it looked really good, I think is what you sent me. A lot of it is so unbelievable, like when all of the food that just dropped out of nowhere. Oh yeah. Are you talking about when they're at the festival? I think that's when you're talking. I don't know. Are you jumping around? Because I don't remember that part. Unless when they're talking about that at the festival. Anyway, I'm going to post that list for the group session. Make sure you guys update it and check it. Yeah. There was something else that I wanted to. I didn't write it down. I think that's about it. I wanted to see if we'll ask one question maybe on the DR60. Even though I may not understand it because I haven't been understanding, like I said, lately. But I did want to see Post-it notes. Yep, I have Post-it notes everywhere. They're just everywhere. In fact, one of the messages that I recorded the other day, I think it said stop taking notes. Stop taking notes or something. That was weird. Who would say stop taking notes? I'm probably misinterpreting it. That's why I haven't captioned it yet. And that's really but that's what I keep hearing, stop taking notes. Like someone they could see it. It says something like they're coming in black shirts that say the devil. There's some really weird message I recorded the other day, and it was around the same time as when Steve was having his weird little moment. So I don't know. Steve and I are very, we're paired up with some stuff when it comes to, it's very weird. Like he said, like Michael's been gone for months and now he just got Michael, and I just did hear him recently. The spirit board is fine. I've erased some names from there. I kind of need to figure out really a functioning way. Like I know but I haven't put a new session on there yet, and I've taken some names off, and so yeah. Sorry, have my texting. I was right. Oh, okay, no, you're good. You're good. I need my notes. Yeah, I do need my notes. Yeah. Yeah. All right, guys. Well, Thursday, remember Discord, live chat. You have to hear everyone's voice, whoever wants to pop on. You still have the rock I made you. Yeah, and I am going to do the DR60. Yes, I am, Tammy. I am. Yeah, that's the rock that Lisa made me. It's pretty cool. That was a while ago. It sits on my shelf. It's so cool. I had my little shelf. All right, so let's see. Lisa posted that about food under my comment. Yeah, let's see. Okay. Oh, Pam asked about the blessing bottle. Where can I get the blessing bottle? Mine got stolen. I don't know who stole it, but I don't know where you can get that, because that came from, what's her name? Olivia, right? It was yeah, wait, hold on. Gomez. Is it Olivia Gomez? Ashley? No. I gotta think. But that's where those little bottles, little blessing bottles came from. All right, let's do this. Let's see. I'll comment with you on that, Pam. I'll find out. Olivia Gomez, right? That's who it was. Olivia Gomez. Secret the bonus of Too Strange. Yeah, I know, it was weird. They were handmade. They were, Connie. Yeah. She has an Etsy site. She even posted it on the community page one time. I didn't take it down or anything. I think it's still up there. All right, let's see. Should we just ask a question or an open thing? Any suggestions? I'm yawning. That little beat up with my daughter got me tired. All right, let's see. Let's ask a question, just one, and I want to direct it at someone like Michael. Hold on. All right. Let's direct it towards Michael. Michael only. This is only for Michael. We only would like for Michael to leave a message, please. If it's not Michael, then let it just be silent for just this one, because we would like to hear from Michael, and we would like to know if there's anything that he would like to say to the patrons, and that's what I'm going to ask. I just wanted to set that, and I'm even going to just try to, intuitively connect with him, just to hopefully strengthen it. There should be no interference from any outside, and then force in the name of Jesus Christ. Okay. So this is for Michael and Michael only. Is there anything that you would like to say? We are asking directly for you, Michael. All right. Thank you. Okay, because I don't know. That was kind of like, I think it's going to be loud.
So this is for Michael and Michael only. Is there anything that you would like to say? You're asking directly to you, Michael. All right, thank you.
I hear my cat out in the hallway. Hold on. We'll play it one more time. Hold on. All right. That was really loud in the beginning, and then I lowered it because I saw it getting stuck. So you'll hear it in the beginning like really loud. And then I adjust the volume, and then this sounds like the voice is kind of it planes out. So there is that sweet spot, you know. It was strong. The lower I have the volume, the stronger it's going to be louder, almost where you're going to get that yelling effect. And then the higher, it's going to be softer, but then it's easier for them to kind of use it. But there's this spot where it's perfect, and I can't always find it. I'll play it one more time, though.
So this is for Michael and Michael only. Is there anything that you would like to say? You're asking directly to you, Michael. All right, thank you.
It's not easy to talk, is what you think you're hearing. I'm going to ask for one thing. I'm going to ask, Michael, can you just give us, or, yeah, no, I'm directing this at Michael again. If you're willing to, can you just give us, just for the purposes of the patrons trying to understand what you're saying, trying to learn how to decipher this, how to interpret these messages? Can you just say something that's only like 3 or 4 words drawn out? Let's see. You may not. I don't know, but I'm asking if there's anything. I'm asking if there's anything that you can say with only 3 or 4 words for the purpose of the patrons trying to understand what you're saying. Okay. Okay. Well,
I'm asking if there's anything that you can say with only 3 or 4 words for the purpose of the patrons trying to understand what you're saying. Okay.
okay. And the last thing I'm going to ask before I shut this down, can I just ask you to just please say your name? Just please say your name if you can. Can you just say your name? No, I adjusted the volume, so that's why I think it's like that. Hold on. Okay, I am just asking if it's possible for you to say your name only. Just your name only, please. Well, I've been getting weirdness too on the DR60. Yeah, no, I hear you.
Okay, I am just
Hey,
asking
Briar.
if it's possible for you to say your name only. Just your name only, please.
That's one thing, but
Okay, I
hold
am
on.
just asking if it's possible for you to say your name only. Just your name only, please.
Wait a minute. Now I get all excited. Hold on.
Okay, I am just asking if it's possible for you to say your name only. Just your name only, please.
You guys are hearing Michael?
Okay, I am just asking if it's possible for you to say your name only. Just
Maybe.
your name only, please.
It sounds like it's a different name. I don't know. I don't know what I'm hearing. I'm hearing like I don't know. I don't know. No, it's not. It's got a Hansa. It's got a weird sound to it. It doesn't sound like Michael.
Just asking if it's
Last
possible
time.
for you to say your name only. Just your name only, please.
Paramahansa. I'm telling you, this is weird. That's what I'm hearing right now, which I did not expect to hear that. But that's what I'm hearing. Think it's saying Paramahansa. Paramahansa. His name is spelled Paramahansa, which is weird. The way that, and that's how it sounds like. I don't know. That's what I'm hearing. That's gonna be wishful thinking, right? Because I always love to get a message from him. But listen to that again.
Okay, I am just asking
That's
if
weird.
it's possible for you to say your name only. Just your name only, please.
Paramahansa.
Okay, I am just asking if it's possible for you to say your name only. Just your name only, please.
All right. It says Paramahansa, right? Isn't that what it's saying? See, the one name thing is great when you can get it. I'm going to ask that. I'm going to ask. Just with one word answer, yes or no, please. Did you just say Paramahansa?
Just with one word answer, yes or no, please. Did you just say Paramahansa?
I love you, Josh.
Just with one word answer, yes or no, please. Did you just say Paramahansa?
I love you, Josh.
Just with one word answer, yes Or no, please. Did you just say Paramahansa?
At 11:11. Where's my phone? Oh my God. Ah, it's so cool. You guys get to share this with me. Wow. Oh, wow. I'm all like emotional right now. I feel pretty amazing. Guys, I think we're going to end on that. That's pretty amazing. You guys got to witness that with me and feel that. Thank you, Yogananda. Thank you. I love you too. And I'm grateful for your teachings and for all of these people who get to share and witness with this. That's pretty cool. I'm pretty in awe. I'm gonna like tear up. I feel pretty. Oh man, you guys witnessed it. Oh, thank you. Love you guys. Okay, I gotta. That was pretty amazing. Oh, thank you for that. We needed that. I needed that. We needed that. We needed that. All right, guys. I love you all. I'll post that. I'll put tags on that if I can and post that clip for us. Thanks for sharing that, like being a part of that with me. That means a lot, all of you. All right.